What's the dumbest way you've gotten a scar? I was headbanging my hairdryer in the bathroom. I hit the counter. I was 8. I legit laughed alone in my empty office when I read this. A calamity, indeed, Miss Jane. Thanks for the Monday morning smiles. My cousin scratched my face because I was very ill and everyone was taking care of me, so she got jealous and nobody noticed for a long time because they were focused on getting my temperature back to normal. Ah yes, family. Trust fall with my brother. I trusted him. I fell. Let me guess, you're the younger brother. Of course. I was in middle school and we were going to see Coach Carter in theaters with the boys b-ball team. Middle school me was pumped. While in the shower I thought, Coach Carter I bet they do push-ups in that movie. I'ma do push-ups right now. Tried to do a wall push-up. Slipped, smacked my face on the edge of the tub, and split my upper lip open from mouth to nose. Needless to say, did not make it to the movie. I was trying to squeeze between two cars. One of the cars must have had a jagged bumper because it sliced a 2-inch gash in my leg. At first I was thinking you were driving a car yourself and wondering how the fuck you scarred yourself while inside a car. He was the car. I got hit on the bridge of my nose by a ceramic toilet seat when I was learning to pee like a big boy. Now I think about it, that's probably the best outcome there. Why was your nose close enough to get hit? I was just learning to wee in the grown-up toilet, and I thought I was clever. Went to my grandparents' old clanker of a toilet without a step or anything. To Peters to get any sort of bead on the target. The lid was one of those that you think is going to stay up, but actually needs holding or it falls down. I didn't know this, it fell down. You could have taken a fatal hit if you weren't defending with the other head. I was 7, Mum said, don't use that knife to cut that orange. I use that knife to cut that orange. Things I learned. Orange juice in a wound stings but not as much as the knowledge you can't go crying to your mum. Ah yes. I also have a sliced finger along with orange scar. I had a strangely lucid moment where I stared at it and thought, this is going to really hurt in a second. A second later it started really hurting. I used a pressure washer on my foot. I knew a guy that blew a hole straight through his foot with one. We had those huge pressure washers using a truck motor and could cut steel. For my 8th birthday, a classmate got me something like a grow your own stalagmite kit you could buy at educational stores. Apparently, the purpose was to add water to some powder material and use a funnel in the kit to drip it down to make your own cave features. Exciting, I know. Anyway, I kept it and the other birthday presents I got in a cardboard box in my room. Evidently, at some point, moisture got into the box and the plastic the powder was in, and it began expanding, having nowhere else to go. The stalagmite material loosed its way out through the narrow slits in its box, and hardened into razor-sharp edges. I found this out quite bloodily when I put my hand into my birthday box to grab another toy, and pulled it out with permanently altered fingerprints on my thumb, index, and middle fingers. Boys from my class were throwing CDs like you throw frisbee. One of those hit me right between the eyes. Still got a small scar there. My siblings and I loved that game. It's a wonder none of us got hurt. Except for this one time we accidentally hit this other kid right between the eyes. I got cut by a vacuum. A fucking vacuum. Elaborate, my friend. Spider on my arm. Violently jerked arm as an attempt to get the spider off. Vacuum was there. Scar. 7-year-old me was helping my mum iron clothes. I pulled on the cord. The iron fell and smacked me right in the face. I still have a scar above my right eye. Edit. Who the fuck gave this a wholesome award? Come on bruh. I got Home Alone vibes from that. Was about 4, broke a glass jar and sat on it. Gotta assert your dominance. This is reminding me of a particular video. You see, I broke it beforehand. So I broke my right arm when I was a kid, then decided to put a cast on me. My skin under my cast is so itchy, it's like my skin is alive. When 2 months have passed, I decided to scratch my skin under the cast using a pen since my fingers couldn't reach further areas. While doing so, I accidentally put the pen further away inside that I can't remove it under my cast since I can't reach it. Then I just ignored it after that, thinking that it will be just fine, and I didn't tell that to my parents since they would be mad. After 2 months, they decided to remove my cast since it's already due, but the night before removing my cast, my mom noticed that my arm smells rotten. So fast forward, they removed the cast in my arm in the hospital. Then they noticed that the pen was penetrating my skin for months and the hole is about the size of a penny full of pus. I didn't even feel a thing. After that, the hole eventually became a penny-sized scar in my skin. My mother and brother were arguing about ice cream cone sizes, so my brother stormed off. I followed him back to the thing we were staying at. He didn't have a key and we didn't want to wait, so I just punched through the glass in the sliding door to make an entrance. There were probably 1,000 other safer ways to do it, but it just seemed the quickest. Fucking ice cream cone sizes, man. I don't know if I've ever been so mad that I'd punch a glass door just to get inside. You just have been livid about those ice cream cones. I have one on the back of my hand from rubbing the skin off with a pencil eraser longer than the other kid did when I was 13 just to prove I was tough. I've done this with the salt and ice challenge. Fun fact, don't put salt on your arm and then cover it with ice and press it down. You will burn your flesh off. Well, now I don't believe you and want to try it myself. Okay sis, whatever you do, don't put your finger in the boiling sugar because it's real damn hot, and it sticks to you. Puts finger in boiling sugar. I'm one of 6 siblings, and my mom made us oatmeal for breakfast pretty often. When my youngest brother was maybe 1, he managed to stick his entire fist in a steaming hot bowl of oatmeal. It stuck to his skin and the burn was so bad it blistered almost instantly. One emergency room visit later, his hand looked like a little club from all the bandages wrapped around it. Before that burn healed, less than 2 weeks, probably. I don't know, this was like 18 years ago. My mom fixed us cocoa wheats for breakfast, and he shoved his other fist in it. He had 2 little white club hands for weeks while the burns healed. Miraculously, he does not have a scar from either incident. Drunk, and leaned down to kiss a strange dog on the nose, of all things, 27 stitches down my nose later. But, was it actually a dog? Or did the strange dog have on a little bandit's mask, and like a strippy tail? I, too, be kissing bitches. Was a kid, only around 10 or 11. Thought my iguanas were fighting, so I went to take the boy off the girl. Spoiler alert, they weren't fighting, and I don't blame him one bit for biting me when I tried to break up him getting laid. Lifting a small supermarket trolley over a wall to impress a girl. Cut my arm on 2 nails sticking out from the top of the wall. Yeah, but how impressed was she? The real question.